What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
All right, Chris, what do we have over there?
Hey, guys, happy Friday. Let's
Same.
go. Excited for the football. Let's do it. What's more likely? Who's the more likely big Saturday road dog to pull the upset? Texans, Packers.
I'll go Packers, not just because Louis Riddick chose that. I'll take the Packers. I will take Green Bay going into Santa Clara. And
Big dogs, both 9.5 right now.
I get it. I don't know. I mean, they just went into Dallas and did it. They're the first team to win in Dallas all season long. The Texans did it at home. It's just a different ball of wax to go in the bank and do that rather than the Packers, who are just like, yeah, we went into a spot where nobody won, by the way, in the last 16 games. And not only win, that was convincing. I mean, the team that we're playing started preparing for us in the middle of the second quarter of that game. So there's that. I would choose the Packers over the Texans, unbelievably, as what's more likely.
Brockman, when you said road dog, of course, the first thing I thought was Jesse James and D-Generation X.
Of course.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, you didn't know? Okay, you better ask somebody, guys. 2020 draft class, QBs, it's stacked. It's loaded. Only one is still alive, Jordan Love. Which 2020 draft class QB more likely to win a Super Bowl first? Burrow, Herbert, Tua, Love, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, boy. Jeez, I'll go Burrow. I'll go Joe Burrow.
He hasn't finished a season in
I'm
two of his 4 years.
I'm aware of that.
Okay.
I'm aware of that. And David Shaw is going to be great with Justin Herbert. Or whoever Vrabel hooks up.
Right.
Wait a minute. Harbaugh might be going there? Okay. All right.
Always a chance.
Yeah. I'll go that way. I would go Cincinnati. You know what? Cincinnati looked like Cincinnati, even without Burrow, more than what we saw. Whatever that zombie Eagles team was this year, right? And I understand I just chose Love as the more likely candidate to be in an NFC Championship game, which would leave him 2 wins shy of being the most likely quarterback on this list, since he's the only one currently still playing right now, as you pointed out. But I'll still go Joe Burrow, brother. I think they're going to figure out what to do with T. Higgins to fit him all in there and run it back. And then just let's get him staying healthy, guys. So, what else?
That would be nice.
What else?
Obviously, the huge game in Buffalo. How about the more likely superstar pass catcher to go for 100 yards and a touchdown? Travis Kelce or Stephon Diggs. Now, some stats before you answer, Rich. Stephon Diggs.
It's been a while.
Hasn't had a 100-yard game.
Been a long
since
time.
Week 2.
You've been gone a long time.
Since week 2. Hasn't scored a touchdown since November 26th. Kelce hasn't gone for 100 yards since October 22nd. Hasn't scored since Thanksgiving.
I'd still go. I'll go Kelce. I'll go Kelce. I think that there's a potential matchup issue. Like L'Jarius Sneed is going to be on Diggs. I don't know who's going to be on Kelce. I mean, Hoskins, you got any better guess? He's the Buffalo Bill Honk here. It'll be everybody. I don't know. And plus, I think the football gods want to tell the toxic males, get ready for the cutaway shot. I'll go Kelce right there. More likely than Diggs to go off.
Well, Rich, remember, it's our caller Kim from Louisville.
It's not just the toxic males.
It's not just toxic males.
Are you picking the Chiefs? Is that?
I'm not. You asked me what's more likely.
Okay,
I told you what's more likely.
Maybe that was an insight.
If I'm not mistaken,
that was an insight.
Tyreek Hill is going to be a finalist, I imagine, for Offensive Player of the Year in a few Thursdays from now in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I would imagine so.
Okay, fine. So, was he not the guy who tweeted out that L'Jarius Sneed jammed him to Cancun?
Yeah, I was the one who told you about it.
Okay, so
Jammed his
you
ad.
alerted me to that post.
Jammed his A to Cancun.
Okay.
All right. More likely quarterback to have more rushing yards this weekend, Lamar or Josh Allen?
Oh, I'll go Josh Allen on that one. Hell yeah. I'll go Josh Allen. I'll go the guy who surpassed Lamar's run against the Titans, which used to be the second longest playoff run by a quarterback in the history of the NFL playoffs behind Colin Kaepernick's against the Packers in 2012. That is now Josh Allen. He's now second with that 52-yarder. I'll take Allen. He's taken off more than Lamar is, that's for sure. More rushing yards. How about this? Lamar may have more passing yards than Josh Allen this weekend.
It's snowing in Baltimore, so maybe not.
I gotcha. I can't wait. I just want Lamar to ball out and shut up everybody that's still talking about him as the running quarterback
I'm
only.
so with you on that, man.
He needs to ball out. Hasn't been good in the playoffs.
All right. Well,
more likely former number one pick.
One last thing is the offense that's been brought in has been brought in to rectify exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I predicted him being an MVP finalist.
What I'm saying is what you said. He hasn't done well in the playoffs.
He hasn't.
It's been brought in to rectify exactly that.
Let's see.
And we saw it in the regular season to the point where they're the 1 seed. So, we'll see.
He's had 3 weeks off.
No, I know.
Former number one pick, guys, more likely to throw for 302 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff.
I'll go Goff. I'll go Jared Goff.
He's
at
home.
It's
two number one picks squaring
off.
No,
and it's not just that. Again, it's two former number one overall picks that were traded away
on different teams.
Right.
Love it.
Well, or Mayfield was released, right? Because he asked for it. Correct.
Well, he played for 3 teams last year.
Well, I'm just trying to. It's kind of forget. Was he? The Browns didn't trade him anywhere, right? They just let him go. And
then he signed with Carolina, and then they let him go, and then he went to the Rams.
You kind of forget it.
It's been kind of a wild run.
But the bottom line is that 2 number one overall picks that won playoff games, 4 or 8 playoff game in the case of Mayfield, going to the Super Bowl in the case of Goff, and both teams said, yeah, maybe change your scenery works for everybody.
Yeah, bye-bye.
But I'll go Goff. He's at home, like I said earlier this week, I have a notion the Lions' plan for Todd Bowles' blitz scheme starting once the buses pull into Ford Field will be better than what the Eagles had dialed up. So, what else?
More likely to be the higher total. Home teams advancing this weekend or Brock Purdy touchdown passes?
Home teams advancing this weekend or Brock Purdy. I'm sorry. Brock Purdy touchdown passes. Home teams advancing. So if I go, I'll go home teams advancing.
You think all 4 advance?
I don't know. You're asking me what's more likely. You didn't say give me the exact number. You said higher total. I'm giving you the higher total.
I can see Purdy throwing for 4 TDs.
I can see him doing that too. But I am also going to say home teams advancing because I don't think Purdy's going to be I think there's going to be a lot more assistance for Purdy where he might not have to have one of those 30 attempt games and he's winging it. I have a feeling this is a McCaffrey contest.
More likely to be the Cowboys head coach in 2025, Mike McCarthy or anybody else.
I'll go anybody else. Honestly, he's got to make the NFC Championship game next year. You can't be giving out any more press releases about how great he is in the regular season. Am I right? We're done with that. And if he's not going to get a year, if he's not going to get a year extension, if he's really going to go into this season in a prove it scenario, and by the way, many NFL players, certainly former NFL players, will be like, huzzah, because that's the way we've, as players, had to navigate a playing season many times. Prove it. Joe Flacco, right? In the year that he won the Super Bowl MVP, it was just like, didn't Steve Bisciotti say, put a bag on my desk? I'll fill it up.
Yep.
And he did.
Both of them.
So,
and he's won a lot of games.
I would go more likely as anyone else because why would I sit here and think, buy into it, right? Like that was... That was his message to fans. Buy into it.
I'm going to have to push back, guys, because clearly next year is our year.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Well done, TJ. All right, last one. More likely to make the playoffs.
Good thumbs up, too.
Next year, Bill
By the way,
Belichick.
can somebody gift that, please?
I will.
You smiling at the screen and giving a thumbs up?
I got it.
More likely to make the playoffs next year, Bill or Jim Harbaugh?
I'll go Jim Harbaugh because Michigan's made 3 straight playoffs. And there's 12 teams next year. So I would say it's more likely that Michigan's one of the 12 teams next year as Jim leads the team into another Big Ten championship after the defense solves Bill O'Brien's play calling. I would go Jim. Wait a minute. You're talking NFL playoffs, or because you say to make the playoffs?
I mean, I purposely left it ambiguous.
Oh, did you really, or am I just finding that loophole that you didn't know you put out there? You specifically did?
Who are you talking
Because you say to make a playoffs would be the one that would
the playoffs.
The playoffs. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Jim Harbaugh. More likely. I mean, 4 straight years that would be for him, and 4th straight Big Ten championship.
And you're really hoping, huh?
I'm not. What do you mean hoping? He's under contract right now.
With who?
The University of Michigan Wolverines. He's under contract. They're just talking about giving him a new one,
That was
Chris.
super high register.
You
No.
did. There was a glass over there that just broke.
No.
Somewhere a dog is howling.
No. What else? Honestly. But thank you for allowing me that opportunity to give you that answer.
Sure.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.